Even if you add just one of these four things, the next video that you post is probably going to go viral on TikTok Shop. And the first one is by integrating something that we call the payoff. Now let's quickly discuss what a payoff is and then explain how you can apply this to TikTok Shop. A payoff is very simple. Think of a Mr. Beast video, his train versus giant pit video. If you click on that video, the first thing that you see is a train hurtling towards a giant pit. Now what does this do? It does two things. Number one, you clicked on that video because you wanted to see a train go into a giant pit. It's his title and it's also his thumbnail. And as soon as you click on the video, you see the train hurtling towards the giant pit. But what happens? You don't see the train go into the giant pit, but what it does is it shows you that that is going to happen at the end of the video if you stick around. And what this does is it opens a loop in your head. And opening a loop just means that you want to close that loop. It means you want some form of closure to the story that's just been showed in front of your face. And that typically means that people will continue watching the video until that storyline has been closed, until that climax has been reached. And we see this all the time in, big YouTube videos or big cinema films, Hollywood, all the time. Massive, massive climax is happening at the end, and you watch a trailer and the lead up to that climax is typically shown right at the beginning. And so we know that the payoff works, but how do you do this in an objectively boring piece of content like TikTok Shop when you're selling a really mundane product? Well, it's really simple. A simple hack that you can do is, number one, you can just show the product being used for the first time with a raw, genuine, authentic reaction. Or if you gift that product to a friend or a family member or a partner, film their reaction to receiving that gift or being like, oh, wow, seeing it being used for the first time. And all you need to do is film your video as usual and take that bit, that scene that happens right at the end of your video, and just transplant it right at the beginning of your video. And what this will do is it will open the loop in the viewer's head where they want to see the story unfold that led up to that point of that closure that they're looking for, right? That call to action, or not that call to action, sorry, but that thing at the end of the video that they were really looking to see happen. And showing the product solving the problem for the first time, or showing someone open the box for the first time, or receiving the gift, or like showing the final outcome or the result. So if you're showing a product that can clean a work surface really clearly, then show it being super dirty and being super well cleaned. And that shows a payoff that people are going to want to stick around to the end of the video. So that's number one, strategy number one. Try that in your content, you're going to get a lot better results. Strategy number two is effective, but the last one will blow your fucking mind. So strategy number two is raising the stakes. Simply put, raising the stakes just puts a little bit more edge or tension on your video. It means what happens if I'm discovered, or what happens if this event doesn't work out. And again, we're going to use Mr. Beast as an example because he's just the best example to show these things in action. And then I'll show you how to apply this to a TikTok Shop video. So simply raising the stakes, all it basically means is if an event or a payoff has been shown, what happens if that event isn't reached? Okay, so a really simple example of this is if you step outside this golden circle or this red ring that I've painted on the ground, you don't win the $500,000, right? Or the first person to take the hand of a plane loses the chance to win the plane. Something stupid like that, but it raises the stakes. It builds the tension, it builds that nervous energy that we want to watch because we don't want to see that happen, or perhaps we do want to see that happen. And you can do a similar thing in your TikTok Shop content. And just to show you what I mean by this, you can do this just by simply adding a small thing into your visual hooks that make people want to keep watching. So an example that I use all the time is, say for example, your visual hook is you showing how this new chainsaw works. It's a thing from the home and garden category and it's going to help you cut more trees quicker or something like that, right? Instead of just starting your video talking about a chainsaw, you're going to show an accident, right? Which is maybe your hand got cut, right? And what this does is it demonstrates that this new chainsaw is actually safer because your hands are away from it. It's got a safety guard or something like that. Or it's a new utensil in the kitchen that's not going to cut your hand all the time. And if you're cutting avocados, so your visual hook is going to show you cutting your hand, or it's going to show you jumping around as if you're in a lot of pain. And what that does is it raises the stakes of the video, and it also shows a payoff because now we want to see that event unfold, how we actually got there, and how we can avoid seeing that problem happening for us as well. And so sometimes raising the stakes can get that emotional investment into the video that we're really, really looking for, that will get people watching until the end. Now, payoffs and raising the stakes are going to be two really good methods to get good retention. The third method, which is relatability, this is going to be probably the biggest tool in your arsenal to getting shareability on your content. Now, shareability is great because what it means is you get 2 views for the price of 1. If your video is good enough that someone clicks the share button, copies the link and send it to someone else and they're going to watch it, that means that all the algorithm has to do is push it out to one person and it now gets 2 views. It's a massive indicator that your video is a good piece of content that it needs to push out onto the platform more. So again, how do we actually do this? Well, we make the video relatable. And the way that we do this is we go right to the top of the funnel. We're looking at a product that solves a problem. We're looking for the symptom that problem causes, and how is that symptom applicable to the largest market size, all right? So say, for example, little events that everybody always does, right? Which is, as soon as you put a toothbrush in your mouth, you're walking around the flat, or you're on the phone, you're walking around the flat, or simple shower thoughts, things that most people always think, or, even if it's in the general populace at the moment, it's a trending topic, everyone's thinking about it, it makes it more relatable, and it pulls your video into that general kind of populist trend, and it makes people feel like, oh, okay, this is actually a normal video. They're not trying to sell me something. It's just entertaining, or it's interesting, or, oh, I've thought about that before. And so if sometimes just put this as an example, one of my best videos on Instagram that I spoke about this, is when you're trying to sell something mundane and boring, like a simple charge lead, right? You're going to create a video which is you being frustrated at your kids for leaving their room super messy, right? And that's an introduction to talk about the charge lead. So the way that you do it is you don't say, oh, look at this new charge lead that I bought on TikTok Shop. It's X, Y, and Z benefit to it. You're going to say, I just went into my kid's bedroom and you will not believe what I have just found. The mess in his room is unbelievable. That's a relatable concept that most parents are going to relate to and associate to. And then what you're going to do is you're going to say, in and amongst all this mess, turns out he's been buying things on my credit card. Bang, here's the charge lead, right? And what this does is it's a relatable story that people can watch and they're invested in. And you've raised the stakes because you said you can't believe what I found in my kid's bedroom, or something along the lines of like, he's just used my credit card and spent this amount of money. Blah, 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 blah. That raises the stakes, but also it makes it relatable as well. And that's a really, really key thing. Now, finally, before we go to the fourth thing, I want to talk to you about the sponsor of this video. If you're looking to find viral trending products, whether you're doing dropshipping or e-commerce or TikTok Shop or whatever it is you're doing, and you need to find those viral trending products, you need a software that's going to help you find those products without having to do the manual legwork yourself. You're going to use a software called shophunter.io. Now, this is actually originally a dropshipping research tool, but they've released a new version of that product, which is called futurlib, that allows you to find trending products on TikTok. And the last 5 products that have gone viral for me on TikTok Shop have all been found through this method. Now, I've negotiated a 25% off discount code for you guys if you sign up for Shop Hunter. And if you get a Shop Hunter Pro account, futurlib automatically comes free. But if you just want to get futurlib, you can use the code futurlib to get $25 off your first month. So first of all, you log into your futurlib account. Now, this comes free with the Shop Hunter Pro plan. And when you're in here, you want to go to the store creation date, and we're going to filter for stores created within the last 3 months. This basically helps us find newer stores, and typically they're the ones with the most up-to-date viral trending products on them. Next thing, we want to change the product count filter to 1 to 3 products per store. And this is where it gets really cool. We're going to go to the active ads count, and then we're going to apply the active ads filter, and you can actually change the targeting to TikTok specific products, which is exactly what we want to do. Now, on your ads targeting, you also want to make sure you selected around 12 active ads being run, because you know that they're actually putting some budget behind this product. Once you've gone through and you found a store that you like, you're going to take that store link and you're going to go to the store tracker under shophunter.io. This is my favorite feature of all of the features. You're going to take the link from that website and you're going to paste it in here. Once you've done that, it's actually going to tell you the amount of sales that this store is generating every single month. But even better than that, you can actually filter by the specific products. So you can see, for example, certain ones of their products are doing way better than others, and this gives you information on whether or not it's a popular product and people are actually buying it. And finally, controversy. This is your best friend when it comes to TikTok Shop. If you can do something at the beginning of your video that drives engagement, where people have to comment on your video and have to engage with it to either correct you because you made a small mistake, or because you did something that was like completely out of whack that no one really expects you to do, you're going to get so much more engagement. Your attention is going to go up, because while they're commenting, while they're reading all the other comments and agreeing with everyone else and the hate that's going on in the comment section, your video is looping in the background. And what this does is it means that the people that don't really care about the controversy and were going to buy the product anyway would still buy it, but it's going to be pushed out to more people because more people are watching it, more people are engaging, more people are commenting, and that video is looping in the background. So here are a few examples. Example number 1, if you're selling a Kit Kat, right? Open the packet and eat the whole thing in one big bite. Don't snap it off like most people do. If you're eating a burrito, don't eat it lengthways, spin it sideways and take a bite out of it. Do something really random, like snap pasta in half, or like put pineapple on pizza, or something that people generally just hate on, that they're like, why the hell did you just do that? Or for example, brush your teeth with toothpaste and then drink a glass of orange juice. If you do that at the beginning of your video, I can guarantee you people will comment on it. You don't have to do big things. You can do small things like say a sentence wrong, or pronounce something weirdly, or write something with a spelling mistake, or do a maths calculation incorrectly. Whatever it is you do, people will be feel the need to comment on your video, and it's going to drive engagement so much better on your content. So hopefully you found this valuable. If you did, please make sure you subscribe to this channel. I want to make more videos like this and teach you guys how to master TikTok Shop for Affiliate, and I'll see you guys in the next one.